to go obelisk or to not go obelisk. I'm not gonna go obelisk. Yeah, even to get subbed, I really appreciate it. RGB Gaming Chair says otherwise. It's actually Tree Sentinel, and I've only ever smurfed in Smite, because Smite has a cap in their rank system, so you hit a cap and then you can't like gain any more elo. So one split a season, they have like 6 splits. One split a season, when I hit cap on my main account, I would play on my smurf, and then my smurf would still be like 3k elo, like it'd be at the top, similar to where my normal account would be. The only difference is I feel like you have to finish in the rank to earn the rank. So like one split a season, I would play on a smurf after I hit cap. Let's get out of the chat, man. I'll see you after the game. Good luck. That's not really like the same thing though. I don't feel like that's the same thing, and that only occurs because of how high his rank system is. No mercy, pack him up. Say less. Oh, it's Revenant mid. Even more cringe. Hey, Mercy, you gotten better at stacking yet? Well, first item on Countess Mega. Well, I thought I was in a Countess mirror match, honestly, because I wasn't really paying attention. I should have probably went Brim, because I'm into a high pressure matchup. Since he's an ADC and all that. I should still be okay. But you want to go Megacosm usually. Q first. Yeah, you get Q so you can't get frozen. Also lets me dodge his Q. We're getting our skin today. Whose skin? Sereth? I'm surprised you don't already have it, to be honest. Dude, why is it the last 2 times I've played Countess, I've played against an ADC, by the way? Kind of annoying. It's like really not a good matchup. But it's also, we're kind of chilling. Oh, that sucks to miss that CS. We're just stalling the lane a little bit. Good time to grind. But like, even before that, I'm surprised you didn't have it like day 2. What's up, Shorty? How you doing today? I'm doing alright. Is there a core first item always? Yeah, if you want to be reported by me. Go on the games. You'll be on shortly. Maybe I see me. Yeah, I'll be sure to cook you in your own jungle if I catch you in the game. Don't worry, I'll be pulling up. If I don't catch you though, have a good rest of your day, Window. I mean, I should be fine. No flash necessary. Kind of an unfortunate time to back, but it is what it is. I gotta do what I gotta do. You like seeing me bring the Countess mid back? I mean, Countess mid is not good. She's actually like really good jungle though, but her mid is like really bad. You're gonna farm me when you get on. Mercy, you can't even farm minions on Sevarog. Stop. Cut it out. Nobody believes you. Ganking's overrated, 100%. Ganking doesn't get me 2 levels up. That's all I'm saying. Might get my ADC 2 levels up, but I don't care about my ADC. Fuck my ADC. The one good thing is that of all the ADCs to play against, this is probably the best matchup that you can get out of all the ADCs. Until late game, then you just die, but that's just Revenant late game. My E didn't hit. Fuck. Do him dirty in his fucking tower. Spit on. You got that bug earlier today? Wait, which one? Worth. It's about sending a message, honestly. It truly is about sending a message. Oh, if you get CC'd, you can't TP back. Yeah, I'm aware of that. There's like 3 Countess bugs. One is you can't TP back. One is you TP back and then you're invisible for 2 seconds and you just get stuck in place. And there's another one as well. I forget what the other one was. Somebody was telling me about it yesterday. Midlaner secure the first river is underrated. Securing first river is actually grief as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. I think that shit's so troll. Unless you're like super uber clearing, it's kind of grief. I'm not gonna lie. You put yourself so far behind to do that. And by so far behind, I mean you're literally a full camp behind, and that one camp actually loses you your 5 camp. Like, if I know the enemy jungler went to river, I can guarantee to invade 5 camp because they'll be late. Dude, why do people not do the 2 camp? People need to understand the XP values on camps. Because 2 camp is like the best camp. Early game. Yo, Berserker, thank you for that primer, man. Welcome to the bird nest, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Oh, we got some chalky milk. Got enough chalky milk for the boys? Only here for the strong mental game. Hey man, I got the strongest mental there is. They used to call me Mental God back in the Smite days. Petition to jail all salespeople at your work just because. I don't work at your job, so I don't think I can sign that. Or I don't think it'll be taken seriously if I did. Unfortunately. I would sign it though. You had no idea salespeople still existed. Well, somebody has to sell the product. No way. I think composure's everything in a MOBA. I think people get too caught up in the idea that they're the main character a lot of the time. Like, I still get frustrated, don't get me wrong, sometimes when somebody just does something stupid. But a lot of people just have the main character syndrome and just think that if they're not winning, the game is lost. Like, I might be frustrated because I'm getting, like, ganked or something, but I almost never think the game is lost. There's a key distinction there. We're at 3 minutes or so troll with the new jungle. I would more or less agree, yeah.
Enemy tower under siege.
Not your problem, fuck 3 minute river, 100%. The enemy mid laner is half mana, is no low mana and around half HP. If they're low mana and half HP at 3 minutes, they're misplaying the lane. Or the river does not matter. And you going to the river doesn't matter. Because either your mid's gonna secure both of them, or you're gonna waste your time to do absolutely nothing. More than likely the second one. And you're putting yourself literally like a camp and a half down. Which is like really bad actually.
Prepared.
It's about sending a message. Do it to him twice. I know this count personally. Well, he mirror picked me. Well, I mean, he didn't technically mirror pick me because he's jungle, but you know, just what he deserved. Message delivered, bitch. And he was begging for help too. Can I have my crest yet? I'm pretty close to it. There it is. Danny Madsen, thank you for the follow. What made Danny so mad though? Berserker, thank you for the follow. This man subbed before he followed. Weird. I appreciate it. What a legend. Honestly, kind of Giga Chat move. That's actually like low-key a power move.
The feast is ready.
I'd rather get paid or what? Hey, I'm not complaining. I was just saying. That's low-key a power move. Real power plays go straight to VIP. So true. Earn VIP but not be following. That would be kind of a power move. Bro, he missed a snipe, man. Typical Murdoch player, bro, on my team. Crashy inting, dude. We sit mid not working 2 camp after first wave, mid diff. I mean, you don't even really have to do that. Just waiting for the Ace duo Q stream. Ace hates me, bro. That's why he doesn't leak his stuff anymore. He used to come in here, give us all the leaks. Now he gives us nothing. Now he just makes fun of me and calls me bad at the game. Threatens to ban me. Hey, what do you mean by that, healer? Should have my mid guy to wear the 2 camp? Because you should. Wear the 2 camp, then invade it. Fuck with the enemy jungler. Coach, I'm saying that again? Yeah, because you should. If you have the ability to, you should. But do you understand why you wore the 2 camp? Because that's important. Is there in-game voice chat? There is not in-game voice chat, no. Yo, speed me up. Oh, your ass is so grass. Your ass is so grass. Richter's, be nice to me. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. That Richter wanted me, bro. We're too camp just to see them not do it for 2 minutes. That's information, though. That's actually really important information, like competitively speaking. If I know that the enemy jungler isn't doing 2 camp, then I know that they're behind, which means I hit 6 first as a jungler, right? And if they're not doing 2 camp, that means they're either ganking like solo lane or they started blue, which means their 3 camp is up. So like that's actually really important information. Doesn't necessarily mean they're starting blue. They could start red and look for like a solo gank, or they could be invading your blue. But it just gives you information on where they're going and their pathing. And then when you see them, you can determine which pathing they chose to start the game with. And that determines like camp timers and things like that and gives you a lot of information. I think his lease got him in hot water. He didn't even link anything, man. He just says they don't tell me anything anymore. What did Ed say? Don't clear 2 camp, something weird gonna happen? Not necessarily. Whoa. Dude, my dual lane's getting war crimed.
Allied tower under attack. Allied towers destroyed.
I actually can't believe my 2 didn't hit the Wraith there, honestly. If my 2 hit the Wraith, I think I actually would have killed him. Did you believe he was a big salesperson? I wouldn't believe that shit. No salesperson owns a pontoon boat. You do? Nah, if you were a sales guy, Ed, like you would have a fucking toupee or something, because that's like a classic bald salesperson move right there.
Allied tower under attack.
What costing a pred yesterday? They used to like Gideon's ADC. Doesn't think Gideon's ADC. I think this game's okay. Maybe switch from Smite to Pred. I just enjoy Pred. I think it's a good game. I think the potential is higher than Smite if it's handled correctly and like they want the game to be better. I think it has the potential to be. And content reasons, Smite, like, this is more of like secondary, but Smite has like no content growth, like whatsoever, for anybody, even people that have been in the scene for a very long time. So it's like kind of a dead game in that aspect. Like Smite's not a growing game. It is the most stagnant game, and it's been stagnant for like 6 years, 7 years, because it's just mismanaged by high res, because they don't invest in the game, which is kind of like a sad moment, honestly. And Pred has the potential to like blow Smite out of the water, and I do think it has the potential to be better. Plus, it's just kind of fun. I just enjoy it. I want it to be better.
Enemy tower is under attack.
You try, but it just feels jank. Smite or Pred? I feel like it didn't do damage. Criminal. Ooh, snipe him. Smite, you love Pred? Oh. Smite's like... I think if you play Pred first and then you play Smite, it's probably not as enjoyable. But Smite is actually like a... Smite was a good game, and it still is like a decent game, don't get me wrong. But it's just not what it used to be. And unfortunately, that is just the way the game is, especially as a competitive player. They've like severely mismanaged that game as a competitive game. Smite really could be really fun. I think they have a lot of good ideas in Smite. I actually kind of wish Pred took more ideas from Smite. Like the good ideas, don't get me wrong. Not all of them. But Smite has like some good ideas, and I wish Pred like took a little bit of inspiration from. The Paragon 4 Smite, when they shut down the game, you tried Smite and puked in your mouth. I mean, it's just a different style of MOBA. Smite took like the very casual approach, and it used to not be like that. But ever since they did that, it kind of made the game less enjoyable, in my opinion. Well, no good idea if you beat the fuck out of me. Hey, Grady, why don't you survive? Why don't you survive a day next time, okay? And then you can come talk to me, okay? How about don't be the laziest employee? With Smite ideas, like kit designs, things like that, like skins, certain mechanics. Like Smite has a lot of soft counters, things like that. I think their active system is better than it's like very similar to Pred's, but it's just better in my opinion. Like the consumable slots are literally like the exact same thing that Pred has, except Pred just limits you. Things like that. Systems like the mastery system, I think, is better in Smite. I don't think it's like bad in this game because you get more rewards in it, but I think like the way Smite does it in terms of like monetization and things like that is better. I think Smite also is like, I don't want to say like more new player friendly, but it's more like rewarding as a new player early. But that just comes like that wasn't like that back in the day. It's just more like that nowadays. Be cool if you get hit on a ward before it disappears. What do you mean? The time erasure? Oh, the time erasure. Sorry, I didn't finish reading that. I was confused for a second. I read it the first time, and then I didn't understand it, and then I reread it, and then I understood it. No, I don't think that should be a thing. Smite out for years. Smite's been out for a decade. Technically longer than that, because it was in beta for like 2 years or whatever. It came out in, I think it was openly playable in 2012, I believe. But it was in beta for like a year before that, in closed beta. Dumbass didn't even make it inside. Gone when he was a guardian. I mean, balancing aside, like balance is always something that shifts, right? Like that's whatever. That's always gonna like change. So I think balancing is kind of like a weird thing to compare it about. Unless it's like balancing a specific mechanic. Like if you were to talk about like balancing like invisibility in Smite, where like most invisibility is like reveal you if you get hit by dot damage, for example, or something, like as soon as you get hit by your invis breaks, or like if you get CC'd. Like I feel like that's a good comparison because it's an actual mechanic. But just being like, oh, their characters were busted because they had, you know, higher base stats or something like that. Like I don't think that's the same thing. Some things they were questionable. Yeah, then they fixed them, right? Like they changed that obviously and stuff like that. But I would rather you make a mistake. Like I'd rather you implement something in the game and make a mistake than not implement anything at all and refuse to iterate on the game. And I think Pred kind of falls in that second category, but it's also like I understand why they haven't really done like major gameplay changes, because it's like it was the most released thing like in the game when the game came out. So they've been building all the other stuff around it, but I kind of wish they would iterate on the gameplay a little bit more. At least like test stuff, like if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Specifically like map changes. Because it changed since launch. There's a few things that have changed. But a lot of the stuff that's changed is like back-end stuff. In terms of like actual gameplay, other than the jungle changes like last patch and then the Fangtooth change, there hasn't really been like a ton of gameplay changes. But that's because they've been doing all the back-end stuff. But they've added like other stuff to the game, obviously, like spectator and all that kind of stuff like that. Like they didn't have a store originally, like all of that stuff. And like obviously it's a work in progress still for like most of the things, but at least they're like somewhat implemented in the game now. But like the fact that like this still exists, like I could stand at the fog wall and see the enemy fog wall is actually the most criminal thing of all time. Like that should never exist. At the very least, like either put something to visually block it, or like curve the river a little bit so the river blocks it. It just like little stuff like that I would like to just see like at least adjusted in some capacity. I know that they said that their like map team or whatever is working on like their like next game mode or whatever, which makes sense, but like I feel like it can't be that crazy to just do like a very small change. I guess you have to like test it and all that kind of stuff too, but like let us test it on live. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then just change it again. You know what I mean? You just change it like a month or two later. Unless it's like really egregious, in which case then you have to do it like faster, but just like small iterations I think would be fine. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Hope they had a 1v1 mode down the line. I think it would be kind of nice. Just to like, at the very least to practice stuff. Like I would love to 1v1 somebody in like a solo lane. Like if I was playing, I remember when I played with like comp, PCC and stuff. Like I would have loved to have just 1v1 the Appy over and over again in mid just to practice like laning phase better. And like CSing under pressure and all that kind of stuff. Because you can't really do that in like casuals. It's a lot harder to do in casuals. Paragon didn't fail. Is the game around today? If it's not, I would say it failed. He's picking the 1v1 mode to solo me. Look, man, he's scared, man. He's scared. I wouldn't want to beat up a senior citizen, you know? Talk about OP. Oh, yeah, OP's still successful. OP's actually had a really successful couple months. OP's been doing like major changes, which I think is good for the game. Yeah, I think I hit you a little harder than you hit me, buddy. Okay. Now stop my back like a fucking weirdo. Drink some water, I got you. They don't attract young players? Who doesn't attract young players? Think for the water. Like OP's not gonna grow for a while. OP's growing currently. They have like plus 100 players this month. You were to sprint mode yet? No, they haven't. See, OP I think suffers from one of the things that Pred suffers from, which is when you have a small player base, right? So like they had a large player base when the game came out. Same thing with Pred, and then you get a lot of feedback, and then when that feedback doesn't get like implemented quickly, a lot of people might stop playing the game, and then what you're left with are people that like enjoy the game kind of no matter what. So then the feedback that you get from those people isn't going to be the same feedback that would actually attract players, which is kind of like unfortunate, but it's one of the things that limits like OP, and that's one of the limiting factors to them not removing sprint mode, is that a lot of the people that are left are people that actually like sprint mode, but a lot of the people that don't play the game anymore aren't going to give feedback because they aren't playing anymore, but they might have liked the game more if sprint mode wasn't in the game, right? And it's kind of like just an unfortunate side effect of having a small player base, but you know, it is what it is. I think Pred suffers a little bit from the same thing. OP's been fun. I haven't played in a while. I liked OP though. I played a lot of OP. I had a good time playing it. I believe OP's doing better than Pred. I don't think either is doing better than either. I think they're actually both in the same spot. I think they're both in the same spot with different like areas that they need to improve upon. Like, I think OP needs to improve their gameplay, and I think they're working on iterating their gameplay, and I think Pred needs to improve not just like the presentation of the game, but like they need to iterate now on the gameplay on top of that. Whereas OP, I think like they have good presentation of the game, but the game like visually looks worse because it's on UE4, and then their gameplay is like really poor. I gotta tell you what I did. I think the last time I played OP was I played a few games before they had like an 8K tournament, and I played like a couple games because I was gonna play with Crazy Fool for fun, and then they only accepted people that were like currently playing the game, which is also kind of like an L on their part because my team definitely would have probably been top 3 at least because we were all like really high level OP players when they actually had a like player base. Yo, we're kind of countessing. We're doing countess things. Where's my penta? Didn't tell me penta kill. What the hell? Yeah, that heal though is kind of disgusting. Lifeline or Countess passive, kind of OP. I think I'd play OP again if when they get rid of sprint mode. If they got rid of sprint mode, I would play, or if they added all of the unique hero passives, I would play. Those are like the 2 main things for OP that I'm waiting on to like give it another shot. I would prefer both of them personally, but I would probably play if one of them got implemented. It's a probably though. Yeah, GG's Reese, GG's.